Welcome, Virgo. This is your weekly horoscope reading for July the 11th through the 17th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you so much for all of the support, the loving, positive support that you send my way each and every day. I truly send it back to you tenfold. So, thank you so much, truly. Now, let's get to you. Well, we'll start at the beginning. The Seven of Pentacles. What are you cultivating? I think that's our only pentacle. I was kind of taking a look around. There is a pentacle in health and well-being, but the pentacle would really resemble health and well-being then. Going forward one step at a time is how that one translates. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles being in health and well-being is taking it one day at a time, doing one thing that you can master, that you can grow into. Okay, not trying to change everything in a day. That won't work. But taking it one step at a time and knowing that you're doing the best each and every day for yourself and honoring your temple. So I don't think it's overly about finances this week. At least the energy doesn't surround the finances this week. So I would have to say this is what are you cultivating in your life, in what you want to create, and what you want to step into, the career path that you want. What brings you passion, what brings you joy, your love life. Could be the love life. What are you cultivating? What are you trying to create every day through your actions of today? Now we have the Knight of Cups with the Magician. So the Knight of Cups is all about love. And then we have the Magician. So, well, let's tackle love first. If you are single, then this is your knight in shining armor, or perhaps you are the knight in shining armor. And then it's mixed in with the magic. So you turn a corner and your eyes meet, and you've known each other forever. Kind of romance is in the air here. Now, in a general reading, I would read this more as your goals, your dreams, your desires, your wishes, the love, the passion that you have for something. And then with the Magician is the magic, allowing things to go forward in a certain direction when it comes to what you want to do. So if you've always wanted to open up your own studio, you may find that somebody's got free space or cheap space. Or you might find all of a sudden one of the kids decide they're going to university in September, and you can start thinking about changing their room into more of an office for yourself. It's those things that just happen and it all just kind of starts to come together for you. So what are you affirming? What are you asking God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe for each and every day in your morning affirmations? To bring in those new experiences, to put new tools in your toolbox of success. Then we have the Hierophant on the other side. It's kind of been a staple place for him this week. Balance through spirituality, through tapping in with your intuition, tapping into your higher wisdom, knowing what you need and what you don't need, knowing what is throwing you off balance, and you will get a lot of this information if you are not aware through tapping into your intuition, tapping into your higher wisdom. So meditation, prayer, being alone with your thoughts, but listening to your body. If you come up to a group of people and all of a sudden you start to feel an uneasiness, then ask yourself why. Why are you feeling that way? Is it somebody? Is it the topic? You know, pay attention to your emotions and what your body is telling you in situations. Tap into who you are. Tap into the you. For the underlying energy, we have the King of Cups. And this is creating abundance in our life, or creating security, I should say, in our life. Okay, he is the dad that goes out to work, the stereotypical dad in the deck. And he brings home an income so that he can feed his family, put a roof over their head. So you are going to see ways to add to your security this week. Absolutely. Keep your eyes open to what God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe is showing you, and how to build security in your life and how to feel more stable. Our overlying energy is the Three of Pentacles, so work hard. That's the first part of this card. We have to do the work. We have to do the hard work. We have to do it the long way. We can't take the shortcuts. If you hear a get-rich-quick scheme, run the other way when this card appears, especially as your overriding energy. Because this says, unless you do the work, you're not going to reap the rewards. Now, the second part of this card is that you hold the paintbrush to your tomorrow, to your portal. You get to design how it's going to look. So it's even that much more important to start doing morning affirmations. What do you expect to see on the other side of that door when you open it up in the morning and you start your day? What is the energy you want to walk into? Ask for it to be there. Ask for it to be present. We have the Four of Wands, once again, building our security, making sure that our cornerstones are in place, making sure that there is strength, making sure that we have the right alliances. You could be negotiating something here with your security and bringing in security, whether it is a personal relationship that you are growing, that you are deepening, that you are taking to the next level. Or maybe it's through work. Maybe it's through your own career path. Maybe it's through home and family. Maybe it's the neighborhood, the community. But in some way you are negotiating, understanding what you will compromise on, things that you have to stand firm on in order to go forward with the strength, in order to have those building blocks in place so that you can build upon it. Remember, no shortcuts to that. Now we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is definitely about making a decision, and this decision needs to be made not with what you hear, not with what you see, but what you feel, what your intuition tells you, what your higher wisdom tells you. It's not going to be an easy decision. I can tell you that much. You're going to need your courage. You're going to need your belief in yourself, the belief that you're going to make the right choice going forward. So if you hear something and it starts to sway you in some way, then investigate it. Ask qualifying questions. You don't want to base your decisions upon something or decision upon something that you heard, third hand. And you'll know if you ask yourself, if I make this decision, how does that make me feel? Do I feel a joy, a happiness, an abundance, a self-confidence? Or do I feel deflated? Do I feel stressed? Is my breathing shallow? Am I tensing up? Your body will give you a lot of information. I think it's a lot about learning to listen to your body this week. Now, as we go into the weekend and into next week, we have the Queen of Swords. I do love the Queen of Swords energy because she is there to nurture dreams, grow dreams, allow dreams to see their maturity, grow into their maturity. So as the weekend approaches, next week approaches, if somebody tries to get in your way with a dream or a goal or a desire, I think that you're going to get very defensive about it. It's all about your dreams as you enter the weekend. It's all about going forward in the path that you want for yourself. And it's coupled with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups. Now the Eight of Wands brings in opportunities. But we are cautioned with this card that we can't be looking too far forward. That's why affirmations are so beautiful, because you're only asking for that day's energy. You're in the moment, you're in the present, you're in the now. And you're more likely to see the opportunities that arise that we would normally miss if we are so far focused on the future. And, we see something, but it doesn't fit into that end result that we see way down the road. So we dismiss it. We don't give it credence. We don't investigate it. And we miss the opportunity. Now, I do believe that opportunities come around again, but wouldn't it be great to grab onto it the first time? Now, with it is the Page of Cups. So the veil is thin. Okay, this is a beautiful time to talk to your angels, your spirit guides, God, the universe. This is where a mentor could enter your life. somebody to impart wisdom. You may be that person imparting it to somebody else, depending on where you are in your path, sharing your wisdom with another. Although I think most of you will be going for that wisdom, soaking up that wisdom, that knowledge. But definitely a beautiful attachment to spirit. So use that wisely, especially in the weekend, especially going into next week. Now, for love, relationships, we have the Six of Cups, and this is really about how experience the joy, the pleasures, the happiness in life. Love you. Love what you love. Very often this card brings something from the past to remind us of how we need to go forward. It brings us to the past so that we can maybe review the choices we made in a past relationship and how it turned out. Do we want to make those same choices and decisions again, or do we want to go a different road? Have we thought of a different road? Maybe that was our only choice back then. Is there new avenues open to us? Do we have new wisdom to instill, to impart upon ourselves, to grow the relationship stronger, more beautiful? This could be an old flame coming in from the past, absolutely. This is about celebrating you, your inner child, to search out the giggles and the laughter. You want your relationship to deepen. The most beautiful way of doing that is laughing together, finding joy together, celebrating the moment together in some special, unique way. New love coming in. Well, we do have the King of Cups, so that is a love card. And we do have the Knight of Cups, which is definitely a love card, and the Magician crosses over the Knight of Cups. So become that knight in shining armor to your sweetheart, or treat your sweetheart as the knight in shining armor this week and find the joy and the passion. Absolutely. For work, career, finances, we have the Chariot. I think we are getting a stronger sense of going forward, what we want on our path. We hold the reins this week in guiding the energy, guiding the direction in the way we want. I think spirit is very heavily connected here because the birds are screaming out at me here. So there will be messages on how to go forward in your path. So listen for them. Meditation, prayer, being alone with your thoughts will open up key ideas on how to strengthen that path forward and how to have more command, more control, more empowerment on that path forward. And through spirituality, King of Swords, through your own spirituality and tapping into your spirituality, you get empowered, you get passionate, you get strong. Okay, the King of Swords is a very passionate man. He sees a goal, he sees a dream, he sees a desire, he makes a plan, and he goes after it, and nothing stands in his way. And so I think there is almost like a spiritual self-confidence that can come to you through meditation and prayer and asking for it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.